Appreciate it. What's up?
So Marvin, you benched like 600 pounds or something this summer. What is the accurate number on that?
Don't quite know. We kind of everybody do a 1 rep max out, but I've done 315. I'm gonna say a couple times, more than a couple times. So they kind of calculated to a certain number, but we put a lot of work in this summer, just trying to get stronger. So that's one of my goals.
What's your reaction to seeing that list being so high?
It was an honor. A lot of work went into that. Especially someone like me, they say a lot of things is genetics. But I had to put a lot of work in to run as fast as I can, change directions, and get as strong as I am. So, honored by that, really. But this game is about skill and technique. Athleticism is only going to get you too far. So, that's what I focus on, skill and technique.
Now that you've been in the program for a minute,
One second.
where are you better at? What did you learn from last year, kind of sitting behind those guys? Where are you maybe more ready to contribute from day one?
I learned a lot from Garrett last year, seeing how he approached the game, and Chris Moore, seeing how he approached the game. I was his roommate night before the game, so seeing him how he watches film. And then Garrett, we talked about the routes that we run at X receiver. So just learned a lot from them. I feel like I'm definitely ready now to go out there and contribute.
With Jackson, Jackson went from basically doing nothing as a true freshman to whatever the hell that was last year.
Right.
Like, do you take that as inspiration now that you're kind of in a similar position where last year you didn't really get to do a whole lot? You've seen it with guys like Jamar Chase too, kind of go from nothing to all of a sudden they're breaking records. Do you feel like that's something you're capable of doing?
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in myself. I'm not really going to say break records or do anything like that, but I definitely think I can contribute to the team in a big way this year.
Marvin, it was kind of along the same lines of the question I was going to ask you. Is that, we saw what you did in the Rose Bowl. You're stepping into big shoes. How ready are you?
I have a lot of confidence in myself. Leave it at that.
You mentioned genetics.
He's right here, right now.
Marvin Harrison controlling the interview.
When you were being recruited, obviously there were a bunch of really good players in the class that were before you and at your position and after you. What was it about the way that Heartland recruited you that got you? Like, what does he do that makes him so successful in doing it over and over?
I think he just knows the game. I think the kind of player I am, I really like to focus on techniques and skill sets and things like that. So just talking to him about routes and just he can tell me I can do this, and that. It really just stuck with me. He was coaching me, watching some of my high school reps, like with the camps and some of the games. So just always getting his feedback was very important for me and helped me make my decisions.
And it doesn't matter who else is in the class before you, with you, or after you. It just is that the type of personality I guess he's looking for?
I mean, yeah, I think you come here to want to be the best, and in that case, you'll be surrounded by some of the best receivers in the country too. So I think it all kind of works out. You get to learn from other people, but it wasn't really there's too many people here or you go somewhere else that we never crossed my mind.
Right at the beginning of the offseason, it was the video that went viral on Twitter. Then it was the freaks list that you were on. Were you kind of tired of the offseason stuff?
Yeah, ready. I got to make something happen this season now. That's what I'm talking about during the season. So.
What for you, the offseason? Has it been kind of a whirlwind for you, having all the attention on you as somebody who you have three career touchdowns.
Right.
You have all this attention on you. Have you kind of paid attention to that, and you try to put that to the side? How do you handle it?
I mean, attention's kind of always been there my whole life, really, just who I am. So I kind of get used to it, but it's definitely time to play football now and leave all the videos and stuff.
Marvin, you mentioned genetics earlier. How much is your dad in your ear as far as giving you advice, things of that nature, and helping you become who you are?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely still there. Talks to me a lot about just different routes, techniques to use. But he trusts Coach Hart. He trusts Coach Hart a lot. He knows what Coach Hart knows what he's talking about. So Coach Hart has earned my dad's trust to kind of coach me a little bit. So kind of took a step back from high school, but he has confidence in me that he knows I'm going to put in the work when no one's watching.
So it's past the point of like, all right, Dad, yeah, it's cool. Like,
no, I mean, I still definitely accept his coaching for sure. I mean, definitely can never shy away from that. But kind of let me roam a little bit now, a little different.
Did you hear the breaking news? You're now listed at 6'4" on the roster. I told you this spring that I would make sure Jerry got you to 6'4". Have you heard that you're now not 6'3", but 6'4" as you should be on the roster?
Right. Yes, I am 6'4" now. Well, kind of always been 6'4". It's just the way they calculate it. But yeah, I'm 6'4".
So finally Jerry got in on that, right?
Yeah, appreciate that.
To that point, you look at the room, like, you're just like a different physical body type than everybody else in the room. How is that an advantage for you as a wide receiver going up against cornerbacks, especially maybe in the red zone?
I don't really look at it as too much of an advantage. I mean, I try to play to my strengths. Obviously I do have size that probably most receivers in the country don't have. But definitely I just try to focus on my skills and techniques. I mean, he's a playmaker. That's one thing I would say for sure. I just get the ball in his hands, he's gonna make something happen. You see, he's that kick return for a reason. He's that kind of player. I don't think there's nothing on the field that he can't do. So he's gonna be special for sure.
What kind of response have you seen from Cam in regards to his latest injury?
Cam's probably one of the most mentally tough person that I've ever encountered. So I know he's going to battle through any injuries, any setbacks as he continues to do throughout his career. So he comes in with a smile on his face every day, always uplifting his teammates. So I mean, he's a captain for a reason.
And what was your reaction when you saw him get that Blanco jersey?
I mean, he deserved it more than anybody. So we didn't get the vote on that, but if we did, he definitely would have my vote for sure.
Marvin, Coach Hartline was saying that you knew how to work when you got here. Why were you like that? Why did you have that in you?
Just, I don't know, work ethic I kind of always had. One of the things I was just kind of born with. Also just seeing my dad, he's kind of preached work ethic to me. And see my mom too, she works very hard. She probably doesn't even get much attention really, but she's a very hard worker herself. Wakes up in the mornings like 4:30, goes to work. She's a hard worker too. So see my parents really. I've been trying to set an example for my younger brother too. I know he got put in work too. That's where I got it from.
Marvin, you were recently named as the second freakiest athlete in college football. What do you think when you see something like that?
It's an honor for sure. A lot of work has went into it for sure. I kind of spoken on it already, but it's definitely an honor. Athletic ability can only take you so far though. This game is about skills and techniques, so I'm not focused on.
You didn't think second?
I mean,
Somebody's better than me. I mean, does that get you going?
Nah, I was honest on the list really. I wasn't really trying to too focused on who's first. I don't even know who was first. I know Tyleek, my teammate, was on the team, and I can tell you one thing: there's definitely other people on this team that should have been on this list too.
The workout we saw that that was on Twitter, middle of the summer, whatever it was, you running down the ball
Yes, sir.
out of the jugs machine and stuff. I don't think you can do stuff like that.
I kind of only did it that one day, honestly.
Really? Why that day? What was the impetus?
The people who were, through the Monarch machine was here, and kind of we were just playing around with it. It was one drill we did.
Were you wowed by it when you watched it?
Yeah,
Video.
for sure. That machine's crazy. We use it every day here.
I don't mean this machine, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
I mean,
you wowed by what you did there.
not really. It wasn't really too loud, but it was cool though.
Marvin, since you go ahead, Bill.
You lost, obviously, Chris and Garrett, and most people think the room's going to be fine. I'm assuming that's your attitude. Why is that?
I think, like I said, we put in a lot of work. Chris and Garrett, and me, Julian, we're all ready to step up. Even Xavier Johnson, Jacob Valley, like the freshmen that came in, we put in a lot of work over this offseason. So we have a lot of confidence in ourselves going into the season.
There's so much confidence around this offense. There's no real chip on the shoulder. How different is that going into a season when you are expecting to be the best? Is that harder to deal with? What do you guys expect?
Our expectation is to be the best. So we put the pressure on ourselves as well. So it's not really the outside noise that bothers us too much.
Marvin, do you know what the Ohio State single season record for touchdown catches is?
I do not.
17.
17.
Does that sound like a lot of touchdowns?
That sounds-
Does that
yeah.
sound doable?
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of touchdowns. I don't know who's going to do it. Someone's going to break it, but I don't know who did that, but maybe
Terry Glenn.
Terry Glenn.
You had a